You know that feeling, right? When you're super stressed and your heart starts pounding, and you kind of wonder, is this actually bad for me? Well, a lot of us have been there. Today, we're going to dig into the very real and pretty complicated link between anxiety and high blood pressure.
So here's the big question, the classic chicken and egg problem. Which one comes first? Does all that anxiety lead to high blood pressure? Or does having high blood pressure make you anxious? It's a tough one.
And the answer? Well, it's not so simple. Turns out it's not a one-way street at all. The connection actually flows in both directions, creating this really powerful and often vicious cycle. Okay, so let's break down how this whole thing works, and we'll start with anxiety's side of the story.
All right, first up, anxiety's impact on your blood pressure. We're going to look at the powerful role your mind plays in what's happening inside your body, like how your feelings can literally change your body's mechanics.
So, first things first, what even is anxiety? The easiest way to think about it is like your body's own personal alarm system. When it thinks there's a threat, and that could be a real danger or just a crazy deadline at work, it pulls the fire alarm and releases this flood of stress hormones. And that alarm system, that's what kicks off the famous fight or flight response. So, a stressful thought pops into your head, right? Boom! Your brain sends out the signal, releasing hormones like adrenaline. Your heart starts hammering, your blood vessels squeeze tight, and your blood pressure shoots way up. It's an amazing survival tool, designed to help us run from a tiger. But when it's being set off all the time by emails and traffic, that takes a real toll on the body.
And this is a really, really important point. There's a huge difference between those temporary spikes and the damage from chronic anxiety. One stressful meeting might make your pressure jump, but it'll usually settle back down. The real danger is living in that high alert mode all the time. That constant, repeated stress can cause serious long-term damage to your heart, your kidneys, your blood vessels, basically the exact same kind of damage you'd get from long-term high blood pressure itself.
Okay, so we've seen how the mind can mess with the body, but what about the other way around? Let's flip the script now. Let's talk about how the body's mechanics, specifically high blood pressure, can affect your mind.
I mean, just think about it. Getting told you have high blood pressure, that can be a seriously stressful moment. All of a sudden, you're hit with a ton of new worries about your health, about making big lifestyle changes, about the future. The diagnosis itself can become this brand new, really powerful source of anxiety. And it's not just the diagnosis. They call high blood pressure the silent killer for a reason, but when symptoms do show up, they can be downright scary. Imagine your vision getting blurry out of nowhere, or hearing a constant buzz in your ears, or feeling your heart do a little flutter. Of course you'd be worried. It's totally understandable that those physical signs would ramp up your anxiety. And this is where the cycle gets really, really tricky. So many of the symptoms overlap. Is that headache from your anxiety, or is it a blood pressure thing? Are you dizzy because you're stressed, or is it something else? That confusion just feeds the worry, which makes everything feel worse. You can see how easy it is to get trapped and why talking to a doctor is so important.
Okay, so how do we get out of this vicious cycle? Well, here's the good news. You can absolutely break it. And the solutions are just as connected as the problems are. This means when you work on your mental health, you're also helping your physical health. And when you work on your physical health, you're helping your mental health.
The best part is you don't have to tackle these as two totally separate problems. When you do things to manage your anxiety, you can actually see real, measurable improvements in your blood pressure. And by getting your hypertension under control, you're getting rid of a huge source of that constant background worry.
Just take a look at this. So many of these basic lifestyle changes are a two-for-one deal. We're talking about regular exercise, eating a balanced, heart-healthy diet, managing stress, getting good sleep. All of these are incredible tools for boosting both your mental and your physical health at the exact same time.
Now, lifestyle changes are huge, but sometimes they go hand in hand with medical treatments. For high blood pressure, you've got things like ACE inhibitors and diuretics. For anxiety, there's therapy and different kinds of medication. But check this out. This is a perfect example of that mind-body connection. There's a class of drugs called beta blockers. And guess what? They're sometimes prescribed for both conditions because they help calm those physical symptoms of anxiety while also lowering blood pressure. How cool is that? All right, so we've looked at this from both sides of the coin. What's the main takeaway here? What's the one thing you really need to remember?
It's this. The link between your mind and your body is a two-way street. It's not one or the other. When you take care of your mental health, you are directly taking care of your physical health. It is all connected.
So,
We'll leave you with this thought to chew on. Your mind and body, they're in a constant conversation with each other. They're sending signals all the time. That little bit of tension in your neck, that random headache, that vague feeling that something's just off. The question is, are you listening?